All right. Back over here. We're back over here now. What am I doing right now, guys? I like just turned into the fucking Ghost Hardware stream again. Shit. I feel like just going to Gruffy, man. I feel like in order to enjoy this particular build, I gotta think about it and swap. Like that's one of those builds that's about the swaps, and I need to focus more. I've been saying that for months, maybe even over a year. Focusing on swaps to get into the right shit. Gruffy's almost the same, but I can also not worry about it. Obama and your girlfriend too. Me and I feel like Spotify's having some issues with its with the lyrics tonight. By the way, in case I forget, tomorrow's school starts. And so my streams for the next 8 weeks, on Monday through Thursday, they won't be starting until probably 9:30 at the earliest. My classes run from 6 to 9 p.m. So, unless I make changes to my eating schedule, I'll need to come home and get some food ready. And so I suspect, I mean, I guess I could theoretically be on at like 9:15. I don't know. Anyway, so aside from July the 4th and June the 19th, I have those nights off on account of holidays. I'm not done yet, though. I'm not leaving. I was just saying in case I forget. Every time I think that the Crimson Amber Medallion is the way to go, I get this thought in my mind. I know it did. It did sound like an end of stream speech. I get this thought in my mind that like it ultimately just gives you like it's not really that much of a bump. Like I go from 1975 HP to 2114.
Thank you,
which is a bump of what? God damn it. 125, 35, 39, 139. I get an extra 139 HP. And I suppose that extra 139 HP like ultimately it's only there for like shit. Like I'm thinking of like my entire health pool, which includes my HP plus my healing flasks. And that extra 100 and what did I say it was? 139. It's just like an extra 139 HP. The Crimson Seed Talisman gives you, like, assuming you drink all of your flasks, gives you a lot more than an extra 139. I think. I don't know how much it boosts your flask by, but I think it's fairly substantial. And now, so ultimately, this gives you an extra 139 HP. If you could put on a defensive talisman that increases your HP, like this guy's the same kind of deal. Obviously, it does have an equip load thing and a stamina thing, but the stamina thing is negligible, and the equip load thing you can overcome with other talismans. And so here I'm getting an extra 25, 125, another 139. This guy also gives me an extra 139. That's pretty interesting. No, I'm dumb. I'm dumb. This guy gives me even less HP, extra HP. It gives me an extra 13 stamina. So I feel like ultimately the boost that I get in HP is really not worth it, because I could get an effective boost in my HP from a defensive talisman that is worth more. Now, there's also the idea of like, all right, in terms of burst damage, like how much does that extra HP help as far as the burst damage is concerned? And I guess I don't know. I don't play enough at the higher levels to get a sense for like, hey, maybe there is a circumstance where having 2100 HP is absolutely fucking essential to being able to survive a particular attack that's common, or a particular volley of attacks that's common, and I would get accused of being some low HP dick stain if I didn't have that. But I guess how much damage if we just look at the defensive talismans. Ultimately, I guess where I'm going, Johnny, is I don't know that those two are worth it. Oh, you say if you're wearing weak armor. Yeah, I might. Well, shit. Where's all that defense coming from? Holy buttfuck. Do I have some kind of defense up for some reason? Why do I have a defense up? Oh, it's because of this. The ritual shield talisman. Because I'm at full health. That's another place where math could be done. I'm always afraid to, I'm always like, reticent to top off because I don't want to waste my flask. But maybe like the lost, like that flask, each flask contains an amount of HP, and you only get to optimize your flask if you use all of the flask, which usually means that you're not topping off with the flask. But maybe like the amount of HP that I lose by not topping off, like the wasted HP, I get back because I trigger the ritual shield talisman. Taking more damage before you have to back up and heal. That's true. That's something I hadn't considered. Now, maybe if I could convince my brain, here's the thing, Tree. If you have a defensive talisman on, and you convince your brain that, oh, that defensive talisman allows me to survive with, you know, my kind of cutoff is lower as a result of having that defensive talisman on. These are all things where it's like, you would need actual numbers. This is the kind of build analysis When people talk about fucking soft caps and optimized builds and shit like that, this is the kind of analysis I don't think anybody's doing. Everybody looks at the specific numbers for soft caps and pays a lot of real close attention to that. But these kinds of numbers, like we have ideas, but I don't know that anybody's really looking at the numbers. Maybe I'm wrong. But actually like quantifying this analysis, taking it beyond the idea and figuring out what the numbers are. How, you know, what should be my cutoff HP wise? What should be my cutoff for when I back off and heal? Versus like maybe it's not a back off and heal kind of situation, but then there's just an opportunity to heal. Anyways, fuck. Now I'm trading health for damage. Or maybe I shouldn't do that until I take a hit. See, that's too much juggling for me. I have a hard enough time trying to wrap my head around. What is this? Juggling my buffs and my weapons. What do I have as far as weapons go, by the way? Sword dance, flaming strike. Is this what the fuck is that? Do I have a... It's right there. Shit. I had a new sword. And I think I lost it at some point. And I never got it back. And I'm too... I don't know. I'm too bleh right now to fucking worry about it. I'm just gonna play. I'm just gonna play. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. If I remember to get my swap... Well, shit. If I've taken a hit, then I won't have full health, and the goddamn... Oh, shit. I look at this excellent goddamn activity at meta, guys. It's meta, don't you know? But actually, you're at 140, and you can't invade down to 125 at 140, and so you're actually over the meta. Everybody literally stops at 125 and exactly 125, and nobody goes a single fucking inch over 125, and so you're definitely missing out on the meta. Fuck you. You guys know I intentionally went to 140 on my this is basically my first playthrough character. Although I think I've recreated him in Cheat Engine. So this is not technically him. On my first playthrough, I intentionally stopped at 140 because I wanted to be I wanted to be outside the range of being able to invade 125. I wanted to be like any of these dipshits. Fuck. God damn it, man. Good Lord. Yes, you can. What was that damage right there? That, did I take damage or did I do damage? I don't know. I'm assuming it was some combination of players that only have damage stats and 3 people maybe possibly hitting me all at once. Oh. Gonna kick it. Yes, you can. Now, is this fart cock just sitting there in Blender Town so that he can magic reject all of their pew-pews onto the invaders? Change my view. There are some solo tunters out there that have themed builds that are supposed to be like mini bosses for the invaders, or tactics or some shit. Change my view. Those guys are just bitches who can't fucking effectively invade.
I'm going to propose, I want to make a scenario here so that the invaders can have a difficult challenge, an interesting and difficult one. I know that that's usually the job of the invaders out there, but I feel real sorry for these phantoms and their hosts. And plus, usually it ends up like they got 2v1 me or 3v1 me even. And I just don't think that that's particularly fair. And so I will be that, but for the invaders.
What? Imp Shady. Oh, man. I also can't decide if on my because I'm like 99% set on, like, I'm doing DLC on my Rune Level 200 build and New Game Plus as a first playthrough. I don't know if I want to. Number one, I don't know if I want to. Right now, that 200's like an arcane build for the purposes of farming drops or getting optimal-ish drops. See here, I would not normally top off there, but I will. Just to get my goddamn fuck. Damn it. Look at the goddamn balls. The goddamn balls on this fucking strimmer. To go for a parry with that little fucking health? Are you fucking kidding me, Gopher P? Do you have a death wish or some shit? Or do you just have massive fucking testicles as a result of some fucking brain disease? You got a brain disease of stupidity that causes you to have fucking massive balls. Urgh. My name is Whip It Dip It. Beer beer boot 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 boot. I broke all the rules of what is an appropriate amount of aggro right there. Aragon. He's like dragon, but with other letters. Now, why did I decide to buff with the blue? Come on, dragon. Ah! Come in. Meow. I'm coming. Who's hot? Who's not? Did you hear that Diddy got in trouble? Oh man, Diddy's in so much trouble because he's a dork. I don't know what they want from me. Put the boba down. I don't know why I put these damn fucking bullshit pots. So anyways, like the Gruffy the Mule might get a rework away from an arcane build onto something else. But then what that something else might be, I don't know. PPA. from the DEA. Oh my god, these guys are such cucks. Oh, where's the host, by the by? Giant roar. I'm a roar man. Do I still have my defense up? These guys don't give a single fuck about the dragon. It's clear to me. That should have been a goddamn parry. And it's not on account of this guy's from fucking Taiwan. I don't know if this dragon exists for them. Yes, he does. I don't know. All right, parries are good, I guess. I wonder if my audience appreciates the fucking prediction skills required to get that parry. And the testicles. Again, we're talking about balls here, guys. Like that player was like literally like where the fuck were they from? I don't know. I don't know which one was them. But there was some ping involved. Ultimately, wherever they were from, there was some fucking ping involved. If we go investigate here and get a sense and get a goddamn sense. Let's just fucking. Oh no, that guy died. Wait, when the fuck did that happen? No, that was a while ago. That was a while ago. Then we had goddamn. And we whipped this guy's ass. I was disappointed that this black flame tornado was disappointing. Can we all agree that this black flame tornado damage was less than? I didn't get the follow up. I guess I just get the follow up. I'm sad I didn't get the follow up. That was pathetic on my part. I gotta have a better reaction to that moon veil. Number one, I need to be more cognizant of the fact that motherfuckers with blue hats on are holding a katana. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. I think Genki here was actually the most latent of all of them. And so maybe I shouldn't be, you know, stroking my own cock here on this one. Well, here we go. Here we go. Is this the parry that fucking rocked the world? No. It's right here, I think. Fucking Giant Roar gets up. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna parry. I'm already parrying. Look how fucking early that was, too, man. Like, I knew that was very early. I knew it had to be early. Again, look how far fucking past the point of I should have parried this. Look at that. Look at that. He hasn't even swung yet. My parry is all the fucking way over here. Motherfucker hasn't even swung yet. I'm basically in recovery frames when he finally hits me. Or sorry, he doesn't hit me. He gets his shit fucking parried. And the game is all like, oh, look how fucking amazing that parry is with the light. There was definitely a clanking of metal there. The length of time between me stabbing him in the chest and the damage going through too. How disappointing would that have been? If they're just too latent to parry, or sorry, too latent to riposte. All right. Are you guys impressed with my badassedness? You should be. If you're not, I don't know what to fucking tell you. Boop, boop, doop, boop, doop, 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 boop, doop. Oh, we got a bird friend? Yeah, we got a bird friend. I'm glowing though. Can they still see me? Alright, crap. The finish. Wait, did I fight Genki before? Holy shit! That was the same? Holy shit! That was the same Phantom from the other one. What's up, series? Yeah, I hate that, man. Man, the Veil is so bullshit. It's such a fucking low-powered talisman. Boop, boop, boop. Oh shit, maybe I should set up a macro that I could trigger with my feet for talisman swaps. I'm not going to do that. I don't know. For those of you who don't know me, no, I'm not going to do that. The only macro I'll be using is the one that I use to spam invasions. Boop, doop, doop, boop, doop, 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 boop, doop. Boop, boop, doop. Dung caster. Oh, man. What kind of fresh anus have we got prepared for us right now? I'm gonna go crab up until I have an opportunity to figure out what kind of defense I need. There's a fucking... There he is. Okay, go Black Flame Protection. Don't bow at me. You called yourself the Duncaster. We've got... We need to interrupt some poise. Maybe. My offhand rapier is probably... I swear to fudge. Man, my sense of space for when... I don't quite understand why the space required for me to heal. Damn. Oh shit. Saved. I got around there very quick. That wasn't a terrible fight. I'm not gonna lie. As far as fucking solo taunters go. It does frustrate me as how free it seems like those parries are against me, and how, like, absolutely not free it seems like they are when I use them, especially against, like, knowledgeable players. It feels like those parries that he did he just parry me once? I guess he wasn't that effective against me. But, like, since when can you face tank, like, one hit face tank parry anything in this game? Maybe it's only with golden parry. Is golden parry better for some face tank parries than Kari retaliation? Does it have earlier, does a golden parry have startup frames? Earlier startup frames? Or fewer startup frames? Go me. She's saying go me or Kobe? Kobe. Who's my host? Oh, butts. Yeah, I guess the parry box of it extends further away from the player. Ultimately, what I'm asking though is, like, each parry animation has, like, startup frames and then parry frames and then recovery frames. And so, for example, like, the the dagger and thrusting sword parries have a lot of startup frames, but not that many recovery frames. And I think they have the same amount of parry frames as like a medium shield. Whereas like a buckler has very few startup frames. I'm pretty sure Car in Retaliation gets the same startup frames as the buckler. Tomo arigato. Tomo. Come on. What just fucking... Was that a phantom? I guess that was a phantom. And we're going back to the start. All right, this is the one that has... God damn it, man. How many times do you get to fucking swing that thing? Fuck you, man. Fuck. What's wrong with me, man? Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I didn't think that Golden... I guess ultimately I wouldn't think that Golden Parry had fewer startup frames, but like I said, that solo Tundra that I got in Oxtella, I was spamming fucking L1 S-Stock shit at him. And he ate the first one and then parried the second one. I think. Maybe I'm misremembering. And all I'm saying is my experience with Car in Retaliation is that there's really no such thing as a, like, outside of maybe like an axe. Fat Daddy? Look at this cock, man. These fucking guys in their goddamn jumping. Like, where do you learn that? Do you have Golem? You got Golem arrows? Is that what they're shooting at me? Yes, it is. You didn't need that answer, Gopher. Boot doop boot boot doop. Boot boop boop boot boop boop. Boop boop boot boop boop. Boop 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 boop. Boop 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 boop. Boop 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 boop. Boop 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 boop. Boop 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 boop. Doop 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 doop. Yeah, you play fucking ranged dick games and win ranged dick prizes. I got my comeuppance there. If I'm gonna if this is what I'm gonna be doing talisman wise, I need to set my sort that way. Sort. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Ba-doo. Ba-doo. Ta. Ba-doo. Ta. And then the more that I'm considering it, the more I suspect that I will be doing some invasions as I play through the DLC. I need to make sure that my Gruffy is geared up for invasions. I'm gonna take your elevator down. Ha! Now you're gonna be double fucked next time. Oh shit. I still get a bit of evil glee from denying a grace or a shortcut, and also making their run back harder. Is grace blocking in Stormvale with the Mimic? Dollar bill, y'all. Well, what do you mean? What do you mean by grace blocking with the Mimic? If you wait, are you suggesting that if you put a Mimic grace down, that they can't interact with the grace? Oh, you're talking about the Mimic Veil, not the Mimic, not the Grace Mimic. Boo. I think we decided that I was abandoning the faith setup on this guy. And switching to either a strength or a dexterity setup. Should I just do that? Bow, bow, bow. What it even does, it doesn't do much of anything. Although I'm not entirely convinced that it maybe does do something if you put it in the right spot. But then if it did that, then I feel like somebody would have found it via data mining. I wonder if there's any way, this is something I've been thinking about for a while. Like, this goes back all the way back to when they released The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. No, just The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Whatever the remake was. There was the original Binding of Isaac, and then there was like the current version, like the Flash version of Binding. There was the Flash original Binding of Isaac that got real popular, but had a lot of jank, and then they remade the game in like a modern game engine. And there was, and like added a whole fuck ton of shit to it. And one of the things that they added was like this super secret something, or like they put clues throughout the game, hinting at some kind of super secret ending, that I think was ultimately, that would ultimately unlock another character. But then the data miners went in, and basically within like 2 days of the game releasing, people were unlocking this special character. And it was like, I remember it being like a major disappointment for the developer, because they put a lot of time into it just for data miners to just shit all over it and ruin the fun for almost everybody. And so basically since that point, I was thinking, like, you know, is there a way to put secrets in your game now? If you're going to release your game on PC, I don't know if data miners are able to access like the code for the consoles or whatever. But whatever. We're just assuming that data miners can do their data mining thing. Is there a way to like data mine proof some in-game secrets? So that you can actually have fun secrets in the game that need to be discovered and can't be discovered via digging through the game files. Is there even a way to make that? Is that possible? And I thought that I don't know enough about coding and programming. But it seems like you think some MMOs did it? It seems like if you had a game that was always online, that there is like a game state that would communicate to the online servers like, oh, this particular player did a thing, and we can go ahead and do this other thing now. But then the thing is like, whatever the other thing is, it would need to already be included in the game files. Shit. And like ultimately that would trigger some sort of and I don't know how this would work with fucking number one, it probably wouldn't pass muster on Steam or any of the console online things that developers have to go through, but I was just, ultimately I was just thinking like some sort of thing that you would do in game that would trigger a communication with the servers, a specific kind of communication that other events also triggered, but it seemed like it was just like, checking in with the server. But this particular communication caused the server to do something to the player's game that would cause that player's client or whatever the fuck it is to download additional content and like open up the new area. So the new area, like all of the stuff for the new area isn't in the game files until you complete a task, and then it triggers a download. Like I said, I don't know that that's something that could happen. Are these dicks gonna really actually go anywhere and do anything? We won't know. I suppose we could possibly know. But it does seem like they're maybe they're gonna stay put right now. And if maybe I can get up there before they start fighting all the ants. As a developer, I wouldn't be worried about that, QC. Especially given that it would be a secret? Again, it's a secret. Nobody knows. It wouldn't play a role in people's decisions to buy or not to buy a game. Like, I'm talking like something deep, some deep shit. In the order of in the original Shadow of the Colossus. Oh man, I missed my chance. I missed my opportunity. It was there, guys. Fuck. Ugh. Oh, did my game crash? I think my game crashed. It sure did. It surely did. So I'm thinking, I guess what I'm thinking, QC, is something on the order of like, I don't know. Shit. What's an example of a game secret? Like right now, I'm thinking of the endings of the Metroid games. Mario 3's Secret Flutes. Intergalactic planetary. I think that's too easy. Another dimension. Another dimension. What I'm thinking of right now, like the scale of it is what I'm thinking right now is like the original Shadow of the Colossus. I never played the game. I don't know very much about it, but apparently there was some area in the game where there was a door, and the door just simply didn't open. It's just a big ornate door that seemingly was just there for no fucking reason. And players were convinced for a really long time that there was a way to open the door, and they were searching far and wide for clues in the game to tell them what the door meant. Planet. Oh shit! My game didn't crash. Something else happened. Uh-oh. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going full steam. Now the game crashed. What the fuck? That was the weirdest goddamn thing. After all of that, we get to go back to the main menu and then the game crashes. Anyways, shit, I want to finish this thing. Hopefully my OBS doesn't crash. Sometimes when the game closes while I'm on this scene, oh, that's when OBS decides to crash. So I was thinking, like I said, the Shadow of the Colossus thing where people were looking for clues, and the vast majority of the player base didn't even know about this, weren't involved in the investigation. Even the people who did know about it, most thought it was just like, guys, there's nothing there, don't worry about it. So it was just a relatively small, among the player base, it was a relatively small group of people that were actively looking for a way to get in the door. It turns out that there really wasn't a way to get in the door. Eventually, they got around to being able to data mine the game, and there's nothing behind the fucking door. But I guess what I'm thinking of is like something like that. Something exactly like that, QC, where maybe there actually is a way to get behind the door that nobody's discovered yet. And even with data mining, you wouldn't know it because the thing that triggers you being able to get behind the door also triggers the downloading of the files and shit. Just for that one person. For the space that's for the stuff that's behind the door. Does that make sense? Which means it's also possible that somebody did get behind the door and didn't think anything of it because they're not part of all these communities that are searching for, ways to get behind the door. They're not even aware that it's a fucking thing. For them, it's just part of the game. Some weird thing happened where their game had to close and they had to agree to some new downloads, and then they reloaded their game and started playing again, and they got to this door and there's something there. Not realistic in what way? Or not realistic for what reason? From a technical reason? Or from they would lose sales because of reason? Someone who plays without internet, they will never download that part and will have an unfinished game. Okay. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I guess I disagree. I'm not disagreeing that there might be an individual who's upset because they're not able to fucking be online for 15 seconds. I completely, oh my God, I completely disagree. Holy shit. Oh my God. Either you don't understand or you're out of your goddamn mind. The press around this, that would be amazing. All of the fucking, like, shit. Would you agree, QC? Okay. Think about it for a moment, QC. Shit, now I want to fucking start up the game again. Hold on a second. Fucking A. Now, I guess while my game is loading up, maybe this is going to be one of the times where it actually loads up quickly. While my game is loading up, would you agree that right now Elden Ring fits all of the descriptions that you're talking about in terms of being a game that some people play without internet? And that in the event that that there is some sort of bullshit secret that's only accessible via secret download after doing some weird ass thing in the game, would you does that fit kind of fit the mold, so that we don't go through all of this and be like, well, no, Elden Ring is a different thing, Gopher. That's not what I'm talking about. If I present a scenario involving Elden Ring, I just want to make sure we're not going to get to the end of that scenario and you just move the goalposts and say, well, no, this doesn't actually work for Elden Ring because. I just want to make sure that we're not going to have that kind of situation come up. I mean, even if we are, I guess I'm going to still keep going. Well, now hold on. In the game Elden Ring, if you're not online, you cannot access the parts of the game where you summon other players. You're not able to actually visit the Colosseums, for example. You buy the game with the information? So you buy the game knowing in advance, like, oh, there are Colosseums, and if I'm online, I won't get to access those Colosseums. Let's take Gruffy down there. Gruffy's fine. And I want to check something real quick. Do I have... Well, I do have some Grace Mimics. Noise. Okay. Okay. But we are in agreement that Elden Ring has players who don't have access to online. I mean, that's true, Lexan. It's also true for Elden Ring. Elden Ring added the Colosseums after the game released. There could be a person who bought the Elden Ring at launch who's not able to enjoy the beautiful vistas presented in the Colosseum on account of their lack of internets. But I want to address another aspect of the argument, or the conversation, whatever the fuck you want to call it, the debate, the dispute, the disagreement of facts. Where was my double jump, please? Boo. They got salty because they traded in their game. No doubt that motherfuckers that would be salty about it. But at the end of the day, motherfuckers, no matter what they do, some motherfucker's going to be salty about it, right? Whether they, you know, there's somebody out there who's genuinely salty that they added fucking Coliseum, because they were really enjoying the 2v1s, or sorry, the 1v1s at the main academy gate, and the Coliseum effectively put an end to that shit. Okay. Now, I want to specifically address QC's comment that let's see. Okay, so someone plays on the internet, they will never download that part and will have an unfinished game. They will learn about it and be mad at the company. There's nothing to gain for the dev, only bad press. I specifically want to address that comment right there, or that pair of comments right there. All right? Are you suggesting, QC, just so that we're clear, that there's nothing good that could come out of it for FromSoft? Only bad press. Nothing but bad press and hurt feelings could come out of it. All right? If on fucking June the 3rd, on the early morning hours of June the 3rd, in some faraway stream on Twitch that nobody really ever watches or participates with, fucking boohoo me. That's not true. From some literal Who streamer, Gopher P, he just on a whim decided to place down a Grace Mimic in this site, and lo and behold, the veil lifted, and players were, the veil meaning, God damn it. Now see, it didn't happen there. It didn't happen. Okay? The amazing thing didn't happen because we knew it wouldn't. All right. But imagine if it did. Would you stop being aggroed on me up there, Bat? I heard a rumble. Maybe that's just the wind blowing. But imagine if I had put that Grace Mimic down and we found out, oh, Grace Mimics actually do something. There's a God damn it. Now, there's this thing out here, this veil on the map. Motherfucker's been memeing about this veil since the game's release. Wondering if there's anything out there. Okay? Now, all I'm saying is imagine I put that Grace Mimic down and all of a sudden in the map, the veil is lifted. Or imagine for a second that my game crashes and then Steam tells me that I need to update the game, and I update the game, and when I load in, the veil has lifted, and now this is an elevator that takes me down, and there's a new underground area that takes me over to the veil. All right, as some bonus super secret thing. All right, imagine that's just what happened. All right, it didn't happen because it's not a thing. But imagine for a second that's exactly what happened. Are you saying that only bad things, that it would be nothing but bad press for FromSoft, and that the number of individuals who are butthurt that it's a thing in the game is even remotely substantial compared to the literal millions of motherfuckers who get rock fucking hard at the fact that we just discovered this thing? Are you suggesting that wouldn't be the most amazing fucking thing that ever happened in a FromSoft game? Because I think you're out of your fucking mind. Okay. See? That's what I was worried was going to happen. Go back 10 minutes or 5 minutes and I ask, hey QC, are we going to go through this? And you tell me, oh, it's not relevant. And that's exactly what you did. It's fucking exactly what you did. No, it's okay. Only the losers that work for game journalism? No, you did it. Do I need to? God damn it, man. You said you said, I understand, to whatever I was saying. I understand, but it's not realistic to have something like that. I think this is where we were talking about Shadow of the Colossus. And you said, well, as I said, someone plays without the internet, they will never download that part, and we'll have an unfinished game. I was asking, is that going to be true here? Is that going to be true here? If my... I know that's what you were talking about, and we're still talking about that. We're still talking about Elden Ring is a game. And some people play that game without the internet, as you suggested. And they will never, ever download this extra special bonus content in the Elden Ring that Gopher P just discovered. I know! That's specifically what I was referring to when I asked you, is that situation going to be true here? Or maybe we can just scrap all the previous fucking... Maybe we don't need to make reference to the previous chat. Here's my conjecture. Here's ultimately what I'm saying, QC. Imagine in the game Elden Ring, the one that exists, the one that I'm playing right now. Imagine if, well, maybe in my previous, I didn't put the mimic down in the right spot. Maybe if I just hit dead center, poof, now my game crashes. Steam requires me to update my game. When I load in my game, this is now an elevator that goes into down below. The veil is lifted, and a new area of the game is discovered 2 years after the game was released. What's your problem with that? All right, you've got a problem with that. It's absolutely wrong. Why? Oh, okay. See, again. All right. I think you're out of your fucking mind. This is one of those situations where I feel like we're just occupying different spaces physically and in time. Somehow our worlds are linked together, but the world that you're living in is just like way different than the world that I'm living in. I can't imagine that scenario receiving anything but fucking front page on Reddit with everybody going ape shit about how amazing it is. I mean, not to mention the fact that we're 3 weeks ahead of the DLC. But now people have like this whole new fucking area of the game. Almost everyone who owns the game, let's be real here, almost everyone who owns the game or who has played the game would get to play that new area. It's an amazing discovery that FromSoft was able to hide from the data miners. No doubt. No doubt. I disagree that it's extremely unjust. Like, honestly, anyone who's unable to access it, who is genuinely upset, can go fuck themselves. Because they were happy with the game a minute ago. We can all agree that they were probably happy with the game a minute ago. They were perfectly content with their purchase. They plopped down $60. They put thousands of hours into the game. They're super fucking happy with their time with the game, and everything about it. But then that changes because other people get to do a thing. Like, they can go fuck themselves. I would say it's not extremely unjust. Up until a minute ago, nobody had access to that part of the game. Nobody even knew that that part of the game existed. Everyone who ever bought the game with the understanding that this was the complete game. But then it turns out that there's more. It's like bonus. It's like you bought a fucking ice cream sandwich, and it was an amazing ice cream sandwich. But then tomorrow, it turns out that they're selling the ice cream sandwich with an extra M&M. Are you like that pissed off that those people get to fucking eat the M&M and you don't? Even though you knew full well when you put down your $3.50 that you were getting an ice cream sandwich, and it was a goddamn good ice cream sandwich, and you enjoyed the shit out of it. Are you really that fucking pissed that tomorrow's customers get a free M&M? Or maybe they get 2 ice cream sandwiches. You're like, shit, man. I missed out on my extra ice cream sandwich. I'm really, really mad. I'm really so fucking mad at the company for giving those other people a free ice cream. Why didn't they give me a free ice cream sandwich? When I willingly put down my $3.15 for the ice cream sandwich that they promised to sell me. It's not unjust. It's not unjust at all. Or maybe you got your ice cream sandwich in Quebec, but I got my ice cream sandwich plus another one here where I am. And is that unjust? Because you don't have access to my fucking ice cream store? Like, I don't know. Like I said, I just think that you're fucking crazy. That wouldn't be one of the most amazing moments in all of gaming history. Nothing but like pure fucking positivity for FromSoft and all of the Elden Ring players. I think the number of people who would genuinely be fucking upset and feel that it's an unjust thing is like minuscule to non-existent. But I don't know. There's always assholes. I suppose there's always assholes. Anyway. Anyways, I think it would be an amazing thing. No, I get that. Like having this content and then locking it behind some weird, I don't know, set of sequences. I think, I mean, I get that. I think more people would be upset like the why did you hide this from us than the fact that this thing exists. I don't think it has anything to do with some people would or wouldn't be. I don't know about that, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm naive. I have a more positive outlook on people. I mean, ultimately, how is that different than any of the other secrets in the game? Like, FromSoft is notorious about its convoluted quests and shit like that. I'm trying to think if there's a missable... Like, I played through the... I mean, you can go by... Take my playthrough, for example, QC. In my playthrough, in the absence of internet, I would have missed, and by internet I mean the fact that, you know, part of it is like I'm streaming and there were people there to tell me, okay? In the absence of an internet, I would have missed a boss fight over here. A boss fight over here where you have to ride down an elevator and then run over and jump off a cliff in a spot where it's like not even remotely, I don't know, reasonable to think that you might want to jump off the cliff there, other than you go to the edge of the cliff and you look down right at the edge of the cliff. It's like, oh, there's something I can jump on down there. There's nothing pushing you into that direction. It's just like an entire boss fight that I missed down there. I would have missed a boss fight down there. I would have missed, there's an area right here that leads down, down below. Where the fuck was I? I thought it was like right here. Maybe it's right here. Anyways, it leads down below. I missed this entire area. There's a boss fight here, and there's a boss fight over here. All right. The boss fight that's over here leads me to yet another area way up here. These are all things that I would have missed and not known about, maybe ever, in the absence of the internet. The whole area up here with another 2 boss fights up here. This whole area right here I missed out on, including this big lake. I saw this lake. I came in through over here and saw this big lake. And so maybe I would have, like, hey, there's a lake down there. There's a big lake of red. I'm supposed to be able to get there. Maybe I would have explored further. All right. But then there's another boss fight down here that I missed, along with a whole area up here that I can see on my map and didn't know how to get to. Okay. And so I would have missed all of that. Would it have been reasonable for me to be upset with FromSoft for hiding those things from me? In Dark Souls 1, there was that tree that went down. I think I missed that whole area on my first playthrough. Didn't even know about it. A special secret download? What does special secret download have to do with anything? I don't have the tools on my computer to do the data mining. That's not open to me. FromSoft doesn't need super secret downloads to hide that content from me. Boot, 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 boot. Now, there was an alternative route to getting to some of those areas. But that required me to whack a wall that's at the bottom of here. And maybe I just didn't whack every wall. And that was one of the walls that I unfortunately didn't whack. And you know I don't have any friends. The only friends I have are on the internet. Even the people that I could ostensibly call my friends in real life. None of them play Elden Ring. They wouldn't know shit about this. I know, we're just doing some thought experiments here. I had to buy the game guide from GameStop. Yeah. I still remember there was a secret area in Link to the Past that my mom and dad have especially at the time. My mom and dad at the time were very, very frugal. They didn't necessarily pinch pennies, but they weren't trying to spend money on shit that wasn't necessary or wasn't like worth it. And so calling the Nintendo hotline was definitely out of the question for us. But then my mom was watching me play Link to the Past, and there was a thing where we were like, we can't figure out how to get to the. There's clearly we're supposed to be able to get from here to here. We can't figure it out. We spent hours just trying shit, can't figure it out. Finally, my mom made me call the Nintendo hotline. And they told us how to do it. Yeah, it was a real thing. Did you think it was made up? No, we called the Nintendo hotline with using the number and the Nintendo Power. I had a subscription to the Nintendo Power. What a job that would be. What, working the Nintendo hotline? This was like pre-internet too. I'm sure they had computers. I don't know. I don't know if they were able to look up the information or if they just forwarded me to someone who knew the game really well. I mean, shit, you want to talk about like there was a special outfit for Samus Aran and Metroid. You had to type in the code, the Justin Bailey code, to see the unique and special outlet. That's content, in-game content locked behind bullshit secrets that you couldn't possibly know. Somehow everybody knew it. But I think there are still a lot of people who played the game without knowing it. I think there were a lot. I think old games had a lot of like little secrets and hidden shit, and that most of the people who played the game didn't really ever see. Oh, this is a Ghost Hardware stream now. Anyways, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit disappointed. I brought my Great Mimic down here and it didn't unlock something. There was a small part of me that thought maybe it's over here. Maybe I need to put my Grace Mimic down over here somewhere. I don't need whatever that is. I'm gonna pick it up. Damn it. Damn it. Like, at the end of the day, how the fuck isn't this something though, man? I've been down here before. This is Gopher's platform. Like, this has gotta be something, man. Is this where you pick up the Sankadilla? Maybe I've only ever come down here after I picked up the Sankadilla. I'm just thinking, QC, like maybe there's a clever way to hide that trigger. Like, computer programmers are notoriously clever, right? It seems like there would be, you know, a clever way to hide the trigger. I think it's just one of the disappointments that I have with the game. Completely off topic, is that there are some attacks where the plunge is the R1. Like, this is effectively the plunge attack for the two-handed halberd. Is it the same? Roughly the same for the one-handed halberd. So this is the plunge attack. It's a jumping R1, and then the jumping R2 does a swipe. I think it's fucking stupid that it's not like, oh, for every weapon, the jumping R1 is the one that kind of plants you into the ground, and the jumping R2 is the one that like swipes at shit. Or it could be the other way around. Honestly, it makes more sense to have the R2 plunge into the ground and the R1 be more, I don't know, acrobatic. I'm not sure what data mining involves, QC. And I don't think that they get source code. I think that's a completely different thing. It's the longest, loveliest lean. I call it the leanest. Oh, thank you, Series, for the follow. There's probably not going to be any more gameplay. I was going to be done like 30 minutes ago, and then I got in an argument with QC, as it goes. All right, fuck. Yeah, you know me. My game is my OBS gonna crash now? We tried to do me, so we did it at my apartment. Busted. Just to make sure my shit don't crash. Should I raid someone? I could maybe raid Owen or Dashing. Fuck, I keep saying I need to get back into the raiding thing. Owen's doing Fight Club. Dashing is doing Invasions. Tech stuff for 30 minutes? We weren't talking about tech stuff. We were talking about hypotheticals. We were talking about hypotheticals. Yeah, it was definitely, tonight was definitely with a tribute to Ghost Hardware. Like the entire goddamn stream. Not just like the last 30 minutes. The last 30 minutes was just the chef's kiss on this. I want to be Ghost Hardware. But hey, I kept a viewership. You know Ghost? Yeah, he's a streamer. Well, I mean, he doesn't. hardware. He's got, what the fuck? Shout out. He just streamed, we just raided him like last night or night before last. I can't remember. He's got like shit going on in his personal life that keeps him from streaming regularly. I don't know the Ghost Hardware lore. Oh, you might be right. Shit. That's the wrong Ghost Hardware. That's the wrong one. Don't follow that at whoever the fuck that asshole is. Don't fucking follow that dick. I don't know what ghosts. Hold on a second. Removed streams. Before you wreck yourself, a jiggity check yourself before you wreck yourself. Before you riggedy wreck yourself. Ghost Girl Blues. I don't see it on this list. Yeah, I don't see him on this list. Oh, there's two. Okay, okay, okay. So we could do this. Is there cooldowns? Ah, shit. Whatever. Go find the one with the one at the end. If you want to follow. But he's a very friendly dude. He's a friendly dude that does FromSoft Invasion content. But I guess one of the things that he does is he gets to talking, and forgets to play the game. That's kind of his calling card, or at least as I see it. I don't know. Other people maybe do that too. I've heard that Peeve does that sometimes. I think he tends to get inebriated when he streams, smoking the marijuanas, and so maybe he just loses his train of thought, and he just literally forgets to fucking play the game. If you listen real close, you can hear him flicking his fucking lighter. I think he does that. Out of habit too. All right, I gotta fucking be done, guys. Shit, man. I guess dashing it is. I can set this up. Okay, the raid is ready to go. Everybody, thanks. I'll be on tomorrow after class. Classes start tomorrow, so Monday through Thursday. Gonna be later starts. Later start, shorter streams. Same amazing fucking content. I'll probably be invading tomorrow. But then I'll be back to I'll have my weekend schedule. Friday, Saturday, Sunday we'll try to get our normal earlier starts. May or may not happen. Anyways, thanks everybody for hanging out. Everybody have a glorious day. We'll see you next time.